look, earlier in the conversation, you did bring up the polarization of chain scales, where luxury is doing amazingly well, and some of the other segments are struggling. Talk a little bit about that. Is it purely a reflection of the economy, consumer showing distress, and is that why it's causing it? How does the market navigate with where luxury is thriving and continues to thrive, and possibly for the first time, because in mature markets luxury formula was very difficult up until recently.
The world is constantly changing, as we know, right? And today, the phenomenon is exactly what you described. I think it's safe to say that within the luxury segment of the industry, renovations happen more often and are more of a focus than they are at the opposite end of the spectrum, economy, and a couple of tiers above that. And so I think part of the challenge is, and alluded to this earlier, there's no shortage of hotels in this country that need renovation. I will tell you, when I travel and I go on major websites, whether it be Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, I mean, I'm not going to pick one, but I actually was made a reservation. I'm going to Miami the week after next and need to stay in the Brickell area. And I was shocked. This one brand family had, I don't know, 20 hotels within the submarket, and they all had reviews that averaged less than 4. Now remember, 5 is and this is on the hotel website. They averaged less than 4. And then when you go in and you look at some of the comments, a lot of comments about they need renovation, right? And so I think that's really been sort of part of the challenge, that the money hasn't been there to do the renovation for the lower end hotels, whereas the upper end hotels, they're doing phenomenally well, and so they're getting renovated. And obviously the demand is strong for those assets as well. Nothing's forever. It's going to change. Now, you know what? At the right basis, it's a great time to get into the lodging space, irrespective of which segment it is. I also happen to think I like to think in a contrarian manner, and so if economy is suffering now, probably a good time to get in there and buy that. Although they're not sexy assets, but if you can make money, and that's what your objective is, there could be some tremendous opportunities in that part of the space.
So earlier, we also talked about the supply side of it being stable. There is not a massive influx of supply coming in. So that gives the industry a little bit of a tailwind. Now, the headwinds would be the capital structures in the, whether it's CMBS or other debt that is reaching maturity. And what do owners do for that? How do you anticipate ownerships that have these issues that they're dealing with, whether it's PIP, whether it's refinancing? Uh, how do they work through that?
They either make a decision that they're going to deal with those challenges, or they're going to throw their hands up and say, "I'm done. Get rid of this thing." It is a challenge. There's no question about it. Listen, you can refinance, you can recapitalize with equity, sell. There are options. So it really depends on the specific asset and the specific locale that it's situated in.